William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs. White on Sky Sports Box Office.
I'm confident. I believe that Gary's in too deep. He's talked himself into a situation where he's set up for a big fall. I don't think he's prepared. I don't see any confidence.
Knock you out, Chris.
Chrissy, I don't see any type of preparation. When I'm looking at him, he just seems like he's lost, like a rabbit in the headlights.
Like you were last week when your daddy was in the jungle.
So, but you guys will see it. I think you guys got a taste of really what he's going to bring when, with what he was saying in our head-to-head on Sky. He didn't really have anything to say for himself. He looked scared to me, and I took a lot from that. I took a lot from that half-an-hour session of just speaking to him and watching him. He's not this dangerous knockout ice that he claims to be. He's just another guy.
Obviously, that's one thing that's been stressed, and again, there is the power. Is that part of the mindset going into this fight? Is that a concern?
To be brutally honest, nothing concerns me about Gary Sullivan, except for his mustache. That does concern me.
Okay. The gloves are off back with Spike and Chris. Chris, you say that you've taken a lot from that. Your father was saying about the smelling fear as how you started the show. When you walked out of that, what were you thinking about Spike and after everything he's said to you over the last 3 years on social media? What were your thoughts when you walked out of the building that night?
My main thought was that this man is a pretender and a fake. For him to have said the things he said to me over the last 2 or 3 years online, to then kind of be put in a room with me and have his opportunity to express everything that he's been, trying to get across to me online, and to being man to man, and then to say nothing. Keyboard warrior. That's all I can say. I took a lot of I took a lot of confidence away from that encounter, just for the pure fact that I just saw a lot of mental weakness in him. I don't know. He actually at one point in the talk said that it wasn't really him that was doing it. It was he was just doing it just to set the fight up. It wasn't really who he was as a person. And I told him, to be pretending to pretend to be a man you're not for 2 or 3 years, it's embarrassing. Stick to your guns. I don't think he was pretending. I think he just realizes now that he is in too deep. He is going to have to fight me, and so he's kind of trying to, let's be friends. He's trying to shake my hand at the end of it. How can you try and shake a man's hand who you've been disrespecting for the last 2-3 years? Talking about their friends and family and their fans, and you try and shake his hand at the end of the conversation. It doesn't make sense to me. So like I said, he needs to stick to his guns and take the beating that he's going to receive on the 12th.
Spike, are we looking at two different personalities, two different characters? You said in the show that you did that to get the fight. But you've entertained everybody on social media over the last 3 years. Do you feel you've entertained people enough in the build-up to this? Is there something different now that you've actually got the fight?
Well, I'm not a moat like you, Chris. I just done it to get the fight. I explained that to you already. I'm not a moat. You're a moat. The man I am, I'm a fighting man. I'm being nervous. We're going to see who was nervous inside the night when we get in the ring. Look at me. Look at me.
If you tell me to do something,
I'm
of course I'm not going to do it.
knock you out. We'll see all about it on Saturday night. We get in the ring, we'll see who the man is, and we'll see who's afraid then.
You've shown your cards already, Gary. You're mentally weak.
I'll show you my cards on Saturday night, like knock your head off. I'll shoot with a little chin on you. And I'll knock you out. Won't even look at me, won't even stand next to me.
One thing you guys need to realize is I was watching a video of one of my previous fights against Dmitry Chudinov. That was my last proper fight. I'm not really counting my fight with the Chony Jetta as it only lasted a couple of minutes. But my last proper fight I was watching it, and one of the comments underneath the video was Chris Eubank Jr.'s performance was immoral, ruthless, and without restraint. That was what this particular individual took away from my performance on that night. And Gary, you need to understand, I actually liked Dmitry Chudinov. You know, he was a good guy. You know, he was respectful. He shook my hand, and you know, best of luck. He was a likable
I actually
guy.
tried to shake your hand, be a warm man, not to shake my hand. It's personal to you. You wouldn't even shake hands with me. I tried to shake hands with you.
This man
I'm a
is
nice
not
guy.
a likable guy.
You're not a nice guy. You're a clunker.
I have a distinct
An absolute
dislike for
clunker.
this man. So you
See,
need to
you see,
understand.
you're a clown. You're an absolute clown. You're a
you're
fucking
in
clown,
deep
man.
water.
You know what? You said it wasn't personal. You said it wasn't personal.
It's all business.
It's all personal.
It's all
You
business,
said
but it's going to feel
you
extremely
wouldn't shake my
personal to
hand.
you.
What a fool, man. Yeah, as I said, that the gloves are off. You're not the sharpest tool in the box. You're completely contradicting yourself continuously. Knock you over.
You know, I like that. I like that your trainer's not doing all your talking for you this time. You know, that's nice to see. But at the end of the day, you only really have two lines. I will win, and I will
I'm
knock
here,
you out.
and I'll be here on Saturday night, and I'm going to knock you over, Chris.
Yeah, I think I'm
I
gonna print some T-shirts for you.
Good man.
And
Do.
I'll bring them to the
Yeah.
O2 Arena on
Good man. Do that, Chris.
on December
Make sure
12th.
you get the spelling right.
Spike, Chris said that he smelt fear at the beginning of that show, and that that he's going to be the animal, that he felt in total charge of that sort of half an hour program. I'll ask you the same thing. When you walked out, did you feel any differently to beforehand? Did you feel that he had got an edge in the mental battle, or did it go as you expected?
Well, I think Chris had it scripted. He sat down and was told what to say before it happened. It was all done
Did
before.
my dad tell me from inside the
Do you know what?
jungle?
What's that?
Did my dad tell me what to say to you
No,
from
Adam
inside?
Boot did.
Oh, Adam Boot?
Yeah, probably. Doesn't matter anyway, I don't give a damn. I'll be here on fight night. You better believe it, and I'm going to knock you out.
Spike, let's just talk tactics. How are you going to beat Chris Eubank Jr.? He's got one defeat, as you have to Billy Joe Saunders. How are you going to go about it from the opening bell?
I'm not giving you any tactics. But what I do say is this: I'm going to land that in your chin. I'm going to knock you out. Oh yeah, you better believe it. Gonna hurt you.
I cannot wait.
Same, like feels like with. I'm going to smack you up.
Chris, then question to you, tactics-wise, how do you see this going? Do you think this is one of the harder fights of your career or not?
It's a step up from my previous bout, but as far as it being one of the toughest fights of my career, we'll find out in the night. We'll see how much fire he really has.
Oh, we will, Chris.
He's got the fire in his mouth at the moment, which is surprising because he's been so quiet over the last few weeks. We'll see if he can bring that fire into the ring. But one thing I will say is, the dedication, the training, the work ethic that I have and have had leading up to this fight. I'm in the best shape of my life, and it's going to take. Superman wouldn't even want to be in the ring with me on December 12th.
I am your kryptonite, Chris. I am your kryptonite.
So,
I'm going to knock you up.
So Gary Sullivan doesn't have a chance, really, in my opinion. But who knows? I guess we'll find out.
I just want to bring...
William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs. White on Sky Sports Box Office.